Ever since I moved into the tiny house, I'm getting a lot of the questions that most people that live in a tiny space get. How do you go to the bathroom? How do you wash your dishes? How do you wash your clothes? All kinds of questions like that. So, without a car, without a washer and dryer, without a TV, without plumbing, etc., I do my laundry at the laundromat, which sounds boring. And I think probably for most people, this is just a chore that you have to do if you don't have a washer and dryer. You throw your stuff in your car, you go to the laundromat, you do your laundry. But I have a kind of a more unique situation. But because I don't have a car, I load all of my laundry into the bike trailer of my e bike. And then when I get to the laundromat, yes, I use the washer and dryer like everybody else at the laundromat. But this laundromat is kind of special. I've always had kind of a love affair with laundromats. I like the repetition and symmetry of the shapes of all the washers and dryers lined up. I like everything being kind of shiny and metallic. It's kind of cool. And it doesn't cost very much. The washers and dryers are both large, so I can do all of my laundry at once, which is great. But once I set that 30-minute timer and the washer starts to turn, this laundromat is actually kind of special. I walk away out the back door of the laundromat. And at first, it looks like the back of any business, big parking lot, lots of asphalt, and a line of trees, somewhere in the background. But if you know this area, you know what's behind these trees. And it's just a really, really short walk. And I now have 30 minutes to kill. And I could sit and scroll and use their free Wi Fi. But if I cross this little bike trail and go down into the trees that are across the parking lot, there's all these little trails that lead downward. And if you follow them, you're in for something really special and sweet to do with your next 30 minutes. You just keep walking, keep walking, and boom, there is the little Traverse Bay of Lake Michigan. So now I have 30 minutes while my clothes are being washed to just look at the water, to hear it lapping up against the shoreline, to take a little walk completely by myself. I've heard some people refer to this as the quote unquote locals beach because there's never anybody back here. In the distance, you can see Petoskey State Park, which is a really nice, beautiful sandy beach that a lot of people hang out at. It's beautiful there. But this is also kind of partly rocky, partly sandy. And so it's a really nice place to just sit, watch the water, take a little walk along the shoreline. And if you know anything about living in the Midwest or the northern Midwest, you know that you have to be kind of prepared for every kind of weather all day. And whenever I'm riding the e-bike, I'm adding approximately 20 to 25 mile an hour wind to whatever the weather's doing. So when I left the house this morning, it was 50 degrees. Then I'm going 20 miles an hour down the road, and I had all this winter gear on, a hat, a sweater, a jacket. Took my jacket off pretty immediately. And I'm looking at the water, and there's just this like gentle breeze. The sun is out, and it's just a really good way to spend 30 minutes. I took a little walk along the shore. Um, I just listened to the water. I watched the birds. I watched the grasses swaying in the wind. The thing I love about this small little bay, too, is that you can see the other side of it. So you have all the benefits of Lake Michigan where water goes all the way to the horizon, but you also have the sort of more intimate feeling of being able to see the opposite shore as well. Um, and it's just lovely no matter where you're looking. Like any direction is beautiful. The sky is beautiful today, sunny and warm. The water is beautiful. It's moving, but it's not like excessively windy. There's a breeze. Because the sun was out, the water was sparkling. I mean, there's something too about like getting down towards the water and you can sort of smell the lake. The trees are putting out fresh air. And again, just shedding layers as the day warms up. I got to the laundromat pretty soon after they opened around 9 a.m. And so it's still morning. The sun's still rising here. Um, if you're hot, you can take off a layer. If you're cold, you can put your layer back on. If you're still hot, you can sit in the shade. If you're cold, you can sit in the sun. There's all kinds of little wonderful rocky outcroppings to just take a seat and meditate, stare out at the water. This is also one of the only beaches, maybe the only beach I've ever been to, that along the shoreline, yes, there's, human footprints and people walking their dogs, there's dog footprints. But this is the only big water I've ever been to where there's deer hoof prints in the sand. Such an unusual thing to see. So yeah, deer at the beach was something that was new when I moved up north, and seagulls in the winter and on the snow was also something that was new for me when I moved up here. But what a lovely way to spend your day off in the summer. I'm still getting things done. I'm still getting my household chores done, but I get, 2 30-minute increments where my clothes are in the washer and I've got 30 minutes to spend at the lake. And then my clothes go into the dryer. I got another 30 minutes to spend at the lake. It's pretty magical living up here. When I used laundromats in Indianapolis when I lived in the city, while you were waiting for your clothes, there was really nothing to do but like read or scroll. Also, most of the laundromats I've been to, the TVs are absolutely blaring, which I hate. I cannot stand being in a place where there's a TV on, and when the volume's jacked up, that just drives me crazy. So, being able to spend that time not only, getting things done, but also just in nature and just spending time by the water. And then I usually set a little timer on my watch, like, okay, you've got 30 minutes to kill while your clothes are being washed. And when my timer goes off, I make my way sort of back up the trail here. There's a couple of these little trails on the side of the bicycle trail that is between the back of that business strip mall and the lake. And so I just kind of walk back up, make sure I'm not going to get run over by a bicycle, and head back into the laundromat. It's literally right there. So if you're a local, you know where I'm doing my laundry. If you're not a local, seek out the cleanest, quietest laundromat you can find. And all the better if while your laundry is in there, you can go do something beautiful outdoors. I've never been to a laundromat that I've enjoyed as much as I enjoy this one, which sounds so funny. Like, who loves laundromats? But I don't know. Like I said, all the circles lined up in a row, all the gleaming, clean uh, appliances. There's something about it. I've always really enjoyed laundromats. But yeah, this one's my favorite. It's clean. It's usually not busy when I go. If I can go during the week, I really enjoy that because there's nobody at the laundromat and nobody at the beach. So I just get like kind of the whole bit of paradise all to myself. So once I move everything from the washer into the dryer, I get like sort of another 30 minutes of beach time. I did bring my Kindle with me, so I sat on the beach for the additional 30 minutes and just read a book. I finished a book today. I started a new book and finished it today. I got all of my laundry done. I rode my bike in the sunshine. And then, yeah, just enjoyed finding ways to enjoy doing the daily tasks. I mean, is it more convenient maybe to have a washer and dryer in the place where you live and you can then do other things in your home while your laundry is being done? Sure. I've lived that life and it is really convenient. It's really nice. It's also nice if you don't have to buy $10 worth of quarters every time you do the laundry. But I have to admit, forcing myself to take a bike ride, being able to utilize the cargo trailer that I bought earlier this year, getting all my clothes clean, folded, and dried so that as soon as I get home, everything is already done is great. This laundromat is also located near the recycling center, and there's a dumpster here as well. So I can usually bring any trash and recyclables that I have accumulated for the week in my trailer and drop those things off as well. There's also a grocery store in this strip mall. So I try to have a grocery list ready to go, all of my laundry packed up and ready to go, and all of my recyclables sorted and loaded up into the trailer, sometimes the night before, so that all I have to do when I wake up on my day off is go straight there, take care of all of those tasks, and then I get to come home and enjoy the whole rest of my day off in my little tiny house with my cat and just staring out at the fields and watching the birds and the deer. It's pretty great. So yeah, car free, washer and dryer free. It's totally fine. I still get everything done. And yeah, it's been really great to find ways to do these chores that are actually fun, actually pleasurable, I have, again, no idea what these kinds of chores are going to look like in the winter. I've got some solutions in the wings. Tomas had some ideas from when he lived here. So we'll see how this looks as the weather changes. But right now, while it's still bike weather, I am really, really enjoying this little weekly routine of taking my trash and recyclables, getting all my laundry done, and just spending a little extra time by the big water, which is like one of the whole reasons that we moved to this little town. So, yeah, I'm all done with my chores and I'm going to head home and enjoy the rest of my day.